Hey guys, welcome to Tech Approved. So you've probably heard of the Xbox Series X, but have you heard of the Xbox Series S? You may have not seen that it is being confirmed now, as we have seen a controller for the new console. This proves that the Series S will for sure exist. So in today's video, we are going to go over some of the new information that has been collected about the new Xbox Series S. Also, before we start, since these are all rumors and stuff, take everything with a grain of salt as nothing has been confirmed yet. This whole console hasn't even been confirmed yet. Only we have seen one picture of a controller box that showed that the Xbox Series S for sure exists. So basically, this new Series S is going to be more powerful than the One S, the original Xbox One S. The One S had 1.23 teraflops of power with a very old Jaguar-based CPU. Now this doesn't mean this will be more powerful than the Xbox One X. Supposedly the Xbox Series S is not supposed to be more powerful than the One X, but will be more powerful than the One S and the original one. One thing that I definitely want to know is if people with the Xbox One X, will they be able to run many of the newer games? Because if the Series S is less powerful and will be able to run them, then the One X may also be able to run them also. But it's possible that we may not see this as there's a difference in the CPUs, and I think it's that difference in the CPUs that will really cut off the Xbox One X to a lot of the newer games. You may get a few, but not all of them. So it seems likely that the Xbox Series S will cost around $200. Now, the specs, this is probably the bit that can change quite a bit, as this console has not been announced, like I've said. So the CPU supposedly will have 8 Zen 2 cores clocked at 3.8 GHz along with 16 threads. The biggest difference is the GPU and the RAM. The Series X will have 52 RDNA CUs at 1.825 GHz, and then the Series S may have, because it's not confirmed, 20 clocked at 1.550 GHz. So basically, even though that these are just numbers, a regular person, even I, don't know too much about these numbers. In terms of this, it seems like that the Series S will be aiming for more of 1440p, 1080p gaming, maybe 1080p at 120 Hz, who knows? But it seems more likely we'll be seeing 1440 at 60 Hz. So that's still pretty good. 60 FPS is going to be pretty good. It's still a bump up from what a lot of games running 30 FPS and stuff on the One S. Now another thing is the RAM. So the Series X will be getting 16 gigs of GDDR6 RAM, and the Series S will only have, again, about 10 gigs of RAM, as this is not confirmed. So what does this really mean? Well, the Series X will 100% cost more than the Series S. With the Series X being the more powerful console, it's quite a big difference, but I would imagine that the price difference between these two would be somewhere around $200. So if the Series S is $200, the X would be maybe $400, $450. I would imagine Xbox wouldn't price a console more than $500. So with the Series X targeting 4K along with 60 FPS and 120 FPS, that's quite great. And then we have also heard some rumors of 8K, but I'm going to let you guys know that you don't expect to be running games at 8K this console generation. If you really want it 8K, well, you should probably look for a PC in the next year or so. With 8K TVs costing a huge amount, 8K is just not it right now. You should probably just stick with a 4K TV and get a 1S or a 1X, or even a PS5. So basically, now this is not 4K on the 1S, but I would imagine that the 1S would use some sort of checkerboarding or something like we saw with the PS4 Pro to upscale the quality to make it look better while costing cheaper, but realistically not having the same amount of performance. Another huge advantage to the Series S over last gen's 1S is going to be the new SSD. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be confirmed any new consoles will be coming with an SSD, so I would imagine the Series S will take the same ride whereas the Xbox Series X will also receive a new SSD. This will be amazing as it will keep games running quick, and it will make sure that Microsoft can easily have these two consoles and make two games for each of the consoles, so it wouldn't be difficult to make them for each other. Another cost-saving measure that Microsoft has taken is to remove the disk drive. This is quite sad, as it means you won't be able to take advantage of backwards compatibility and use the discs from past generations to simply play any older games. Though I do think it was a good decision, as now will cost less and still offer some decent performance. So basically the Xbox Series S is going to be a great console for anybody who's looking for something a little bit cheaper, who maybe doesn't play games as often and just wants something very occasional, or somebody who's maybe looking for a second console just to take with them on the go, because it seems like the Series S will be quite tiny, so I would imagine if somebody wanted to play games on the go, they could simply take this little cube looking console and they could take it to many different places. Honestly, it looks a lot like the old GameCube. If you guys are excited for the new consoles such as the Series S, the Series X, and the PS5, be sure to subscribe to our channel to get all the latest news. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and like it. And yeah, that's it.